Now our meeting is being recorded. Once again, magandang umaga sa iyo, Kano.
Magandang umaga, Lai.
Hey, that's great. How are you? Kumusta ka, Kano?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm good. In the Philippines, if you're I'm good, you could also say okay lang ako. Can you say okay lang ako?
Okay.
Lang
Lang.
ako.
Ako, okay. Okay lang ako. Ako
Okay
means
lang.
I, right? Me.
Yes. Okay, so before we begin with our discussion today, let us first recall our previous discussion, or in Filipino, recall means balikan, and natin it is let's or let us. So balikan natin or let us recall.
Okay,
so what
yeah.
we're going to do here is that you're going to give me at least 2 sentences in Filipino describing you, me, or our class. So you could use the pronouns such as ako, which means me, ikaw, which means you, and tayo, which means we. Tayo, it includes me and you. So in order to not confuse you, I will first give an example. For example, I will say, ako ay handa. Ako ay handa, it means I am ready. How about you, Kano? Can you give me a sentence using the pronoun ako?
Ako si Kanu.
Okay, that's great. Ako si Kano, or it means I am Kano. How about ikaw? I will say, I will first give an example, okay? I will say, ikaw ay mabait. Mabait is kind, right? So again, ikaw ay mabait, or you are kind. How about you, Kano? How can you describe me as your teacher?
So what's the pronunciation for kind?
Kind is mabait.
Mabait, right?
Yes, mabait. Kind is mabait.
So ikaw ay
Okay, can you just give me an English word and I will help you translate it?
you're so kind.
Okay, ikaw ay mabait. Kind is mabait. How about tayo or we? I will say, tayo ay handa or we are ready. How about you? What can you give me a sentence using the word tayo or using the pronoun tayo?
Tayo. So if we live in same country, let's say if I'm also from Philippines, so I can say
if we live in the same country, you could say, tayo ay magkababayan. We are in the same country or in the same place. So it place is called bayan, right? So if we are living from the same country, it is called magkababayan. Can you follow? Magkababayan.
magkababayan, right?
Yes, tayo ay magkababayan, or we live in the same country.
How about the nakatira? It's live or address?
Nakatira is live, or example, we live, magkababayan is also a shorter term of we live in the same country, but you could also say, tayo ay nakatira sa magkaparehong bansa. Magkapareho is same. So today we're actually going to discuss comparing and contrasting, right? So we will I will discuss about using the word same or using the word both. So later on, I will teach you how to use those words.
Okay.
By the way, Kano, do you have other questions regarding our previous lesson?
No, all good.
Okay, so if you have questions later this day, you could just chat me, okay? Or if you would like for me to translate some words, you could ask me anytime. Okay, so now let's proceed to our another topic. But first of all, I would like to give you my felicitations for being a good student and also for being able to remember our previous lesson. You are really doing great, Kano, and I am really happy that you are doing great in our lesson. So now, let us have an activity. It's called Find Me. So find me because we are going to read, analyze, and complete each item. And so in order for us to complete each item, we are going to find the appropriate word in the box below. So here are the words, or here are the sentences that we are going to read, analyze, and complete. Can you read the first sentence, Kano?
Juan and Pedro are like good friends. So people both, right?
Yes, it's both. So also in reading Juan, it's actually Juan because in the Philippines, the letter J is pronounced as letter H. So it's Juan and Pedro. Can you follow, Kano? Juan and Pedro?
Yeah. Juan and Pedro.
Yes. And do you know that Juan is actually it's like allusion to the Filipinos. It's allusion of literature because Juan is actually used usually to describe Filipinos. So the Filipinos were called Juan. It is an
Okay.
allusion. So but Juan is also a Filipino common names here in the Philippines, and also Pedro. Just like in America, they also use John, right? So John in America is Juan in
Common.
the Philippines, and Peter in America is called Pedro in the Philippines.
Oh.
So Juan and Pedro are both good students. Okay, now for the second
Yeah.
one, Anna is tall, blank. Maria is short. What's your answer here? Anna is tall, blank. Maria is short.
Unlike, right? While. Hello. 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 You're not audible.
Okay, oh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah, now.
actually have just muted the phone. Okay, again, is it while or unlike? Anna is tall, while Maria is short, or Anna is tall, unlike Maria is short.
While.
Okay, while. That's correct. How about this one? The third one is Diego and Simon have blank attitude and behavior. What's your answer here? Is it similar, unlike, while, different, or both?
So two possibilities, similar and different.
Okay, it could be similar or different. That's
Different.
correct. So
Yeah.
it could be Diego and Simon have similar attitude and behavior, or it could also be Diego and Simon have different attitude and behavior. Now for the fourth
Yeah.
sentence, can you read it, Kano?
Yeah. Linda passed the exam. Unlike Lilia, right?
Okay, that's correct. Unlike Lilia. And for the fifth one, Emilio and Manuel have blank scores in the exam. What's your answer here?
So similar is more accurate. Yeah.
Okay, it could also be similar or it could also be different
Different.
because Emilio
Yeah.
and Manuel might have similar scores or they might have different scores.
Different. Yeah.
Now, based on our topic or based on our activity, how do you find our activity today, Kano?
Yeah. Good.
Okay,
Interesting.
it's good. Based on this activity, what are the words that we use to connect these sentences to the other phrase, or this phrase to the another phrase? So we use the words similar, unlike, while, different, and both.
Both.
Do you know
Yeah.
what these words are called?
Supportive.
Okay, it could be. These words were actually called transition words, or in Filipino, it is called hudyat. Can you say hudyat?
Hudyat.
Okay, it's hudyat.
Yeah.
I will type here hudyat.
Okay. Hudyat. Yeah.
Okay, that's hudyat. Okay, thank you, Kano. And now we will move on to our discussion for this morning.
Hmm.
Okay, so this morning, or this day rather, because it's night there in your place. So we will be discussing about comparing and contrasting. But first of all, we will first define what is comparing and what is contrasting. So we say comparing, it is used to tell how two or more things, or it could be objects or even people, are similar or the same. So it is the similarity. Meanwhile, in contrasting, we are going to describe how two or more things, or it could be objects or people, are different. And these two, the comparing and contrasting, are used to link thoughts or ideas
Hmm.
in a sentence or a paragraph. Now we will discuss some of the words that are used to compare. The first one is both. So both in Filipino, it is called kapwa. Can you
Kapwa.
follow? Kapwa.
Kapwa.
Okay, that's great. And then the second one, like, is gaya ng. Gaya ng. Can you follow, Kano?
Gayanang.
Okay, that's great. Gaya ng. Now let's have an example or examples. So the first one is for both. First. Okay. For both, the first example is both are good at dancing karinyosa. So both here, in Filipino, it becomes kapwa. Kapwa sila, sila. Do you still remember the pronoun sila?
They.
Yes, it could be they. That's correct. Silang magaling sumayaw ng karinyosa. Sayaw is dance. Do you still remember this word also?
Yeah.
Okay, so sayaw is dance, and when you are dancing, it is sumayaw. So later on, if we still have time, I will be teaching you how to use the verb roots and how to make them into present tense or past tense. But that will be in our next discussions if we still have time, or if you have questions, you could also chat me
Yeah.
regarding the translations. I am always available. Okay, so here,
Yeah.
Karinyosa is actually our national dance. How about you in India? Do you have a national dance also?
Yeah.
Do you know the name of your national dance?
Like it's different. Many, like more than 100, 150, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you have a lot of
So
dances
the
in.
yeah. So the national one is I forgot the name.
Okay. Do you know, I would also like to share that when we were in elementary or in middle school
Yeah.
also, during our recognition ceremony, we usually present folk dances, and one of these is our national dance, which is the Karinyosa. We also have other dances such as Tinikling and many, many more. Just like you in India, we also
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
a lot of dances, or
So
it's called folk dance.
folk dance, and we have Kathak. Kathak.
What's that again?
Kathak.
Kathak?
Yeah. Kathak.
So Kathak is a folk dance or a kind of folk dance?
No, it's more like culture. No idea at all about dance.
Okay, so by the way, Kano, may I know if what do you call the dance that is usually presented during the Bollywood films? Like there are actually some movies wherein I mean, not just some, but there are a lot of movies from Bollywood wherein the actors and actresses would sing in the middle of a scene. What are those dances called?
Mm, the famous one is like Bhangra,
Oh,
the
okay. Do you know how
Punjabi,
to dance, Kano?
you know.
Okay, the same. I also don't know how to dance, and I am not really good in dancing.
Same.
Yeah, I actually feel you because I am not also a good dancer. But
But I
through
want to learn.
practice, I know that we could dance in the future. Just keep
Hmm.
on practicing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, both is kapwa in Filipino. Kapwa silang magaling. Magaling in Filipino, in English it means good. Magaling is good. Sumayaw ng karinyosa. Sumayaw is dancing. Okay,
Okay.
so do you have questions about this example, Kano?
No, all good.
Okay. Now let's proceed to the next example. The like or gaya ng. Like, gaya ng. So here is our example. Louis' birthday is fun like Mark's. Ang karawan ni Luis ay masaya gaya ng kay Mark. Can you read the sentence in Filipino, Kano? This one?
So, ang karawan ni Louis ay masaya gaya ng kay Mark.
Okay, that's great. Ang karawan ni Luis ay masaya gaya ng kay Mark. So, here it says that Luis' birthday is fun, just like Mark's birthday. So, gaya ng
So,
is used to compare one situation, or it is used for the word like here in the Philippines. It is gaya ng is used to in the like. No, if you are going to use like. And then the next one, aside from comparing, we also have contrasting words. So
okay.
here, in contrasting, we could use differ or unlike. They have the similar word in Filipino. It is magkaiba. Can you say magkaiba?
Magkaiba.
Okay. And then the next one, however, is gayun paman. Gayun paman.
Gayun paman. So,
Paman.
different is magkaiba, right?
Yes, different is magkaiba. And however is gayun paman. So example,
Gayun
you are
paman.
going to say that you and me are different. So in Filipino, it is, how can you translate you and me are, or I will say we are different. Can you translate
So,
it in Filipino?
we, mm,
We is, what's the pronoun, a Filipino pronoun of we?
so there was two, one including you and one excluding you.
The one that is including me.
Yeah, so for that one, give me the option.
Okay, is it tayo or kayo? Or sila?
No, not Sheila.
Okay, not sila. Is it tayo or kayo?
I think tayo,
Okay,
maybe.
that's great. So tayo. And what's the
Hmm?
next word?
Kayo.
Okay, tayo ay. So we are
Oh, the
different.
sentence.
Tayo ay.
Okay, yeah. Tayo ay magkaiba.
Okay, that's great. Tayo
Sama
ay
kaiba.
magkaiba. We are different. Okay, now let's look at other examples. So here we could see some Filipino cuisines. The first one in this photo is called adobo. Can you say adobo?
Adobo.
Adobo. Have you tasted adobo?
No. Yeah, you told me before,
Okay,
like,
not
this
yet,
is,
but
like,
sooner or
more
later.
famous.
Yes, Kano?
You told me before this is like more famous in your country. Special occasion, doing special, right?
Yes, yes, Kano, that's right. And then the next one here below is the lechon. Okay, so I will read the English example sentence and you will read the Filipino one, okay? I will
Hmm.
start. The adobo and lechon differs in taste. Can you read the Filipino?
Ang adobo at Litson ay magkaiba ang lasa.
Okay, that's great. Ang adobo at lechon ay magkaiba ang lasa. So here we use the word differs or
Magkaiba.
magkaiba.
Hmm.
Okay, so do you have questions regarding this one?
Mm. So taste is lasa.
Taste is lasa, yes. Taste is lasa. That's correct.
Okay, good.
Okay. Now here is the second example for however or gayon paman. I will read the English one and you will read the
Hmm.
Filipino, okay? Okay, Pia is beautiful. However, Catriona is more beautiful. Okay, your turn, Kano.
So maganda si Pia. Gayon paman, mas magandang si Katayona.
Okay, that's correct. That's great, Kano. Okay, so here the lady here who's wearing a blue gown was named Pia. Pia is actually a Miss Universe back in
Hmm.
2013, if I'm not mistaken, while
Hmm.
Catriona is the Miss Universe in 2015. So we are comparing here we are saying here that Pia is beautiful, but Catriona is more beautiful. And we use the word or the word gayon paman. So maganda is
Hmm.
beautiful.
Maganda is magandang is good, right?
Yes, Kano?
Maganda is beautiful and magandang is good.
Yeah. So maganda is actually used differently based on the context that you are using. For example, you are going to
Mm-hmm.
say magandang umaga. It could be good day. But if you are
Yeah.
describing a person, you are going to say that she is beautiful. So you are going to
Hmm.
say siya ay maganda. So it is just
Okay.
similar.
Yeah.
But it both of them denotes about being good or being beautiful. So it connotes positive word, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So now, do you have other questions regarding our topic?
No, no, all good.
Okay, since none, we will first go back to our discussion so that we will not forget it. Okay, so for
Hmm.
comparing, we use the words kapwa for both if they are both good at something or if they have both done similar things. And we are going to use like if we are
Gayanang.
comparing to
Hmm.
people or objects or things. So we use gaya ng. And also in contrasting, we could use magkaiba, which means they are different. And also we could use gayon paman, which denotes however or which means however. Do you
Hmm.
follow, Kano?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have questions regarding this one or clarifications?
No.
Okay, since none, we will have an exercise activity. It is called Complete Me. Are you ready, Kano, to complete
Yes,
this
sure.
activity?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So just like our previous activity, we are going to complete a sentence. But first of all, we are going to read and analyze. So here are the series of sentences. The first one is I will read just like earlier, I will read the English one and you are going to read the Filipino one and then you're going to answer if is it gaya ng or katulad or magkatulad, right? Okay, o kapwa rather, kapwa. Gaya ng or
Yeah.
kapwa. Because both could also be, you could also use magkatulad, but here we are only going to use kapwa. Is it kapwa or gaya ng? So here is the example. I will now start in reading the English one. Both
Mhm.
are good at singing kundiman. Both are good at singing kundiman. Now, Kano, it's your.
So kapwa silang magaling kumanta nag kundiman.
Okay, that's correct. Kapwa silang magaling kumanta ng kundiman. Sing is kanta. Do you still remember the word from our previous lesson?
Yeah.
Okay, you still remember. That's great. And kundiman is actually one of the kinds of song here in the Philippines wherein kundiman is used if you are going, if you are what do you call this one? If you are, example, if you are a suitor and you are like singing someone a love song. So that love song here in the Philippines is called kundiman. Kundiman is a love song that are used
Mm,
by suitors. And here in the photo, you could see that there is a guitar and also the man is singing. So earlier in our in the ancient times or
mhm.
before the modernization, because now it is very different here in the Philippines, but
Yeah.
our yes and also and that also goes the same with India, right? Things
Yes.
have
Yes.
been so different, so our cultures and even traditions have changed. And before, our ancestors, um when our grandfathers, when they would court our grandmothers before, or when they were ladies back then, they were going to sing a
Mhm.
song which is a kundiman, and singing a song in front of the lady's house with the guitar and also with their friends supporting the suitor. It is called harana. Can you say harana?
Hayana.
Okay, it's called harana when you sing.
HA like this.
Okay, so harana, it is when a suitor sings to court a lady.
Okay.
Okay, that is called the harana. Okay, now for the next example. Okay, for our next example is next example, Cass's
Mm.
is vibrant like Anna's. Cass's debut is vibrant like Anna's. Now it is your turn, Tano.
Ang kawan ni kasis ay meninggining gaya ng Ana. Right?
Okay, that's great.
Gaya
Ang
ng.
ni Cassie ay maningning gaya ng kay Ana. Okay, maningning is, it means vibrant. Maningning, vibrant.
Okay.
And in the Philippines, dibu is a term used for a lady when she turns 18, right? And for a or for a man when he turns 21. Right, Kano?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, but in the Philippines, we do not have those kind of terms. If you have a birthday celebration, it could be a dibu or just um a normal celebration. It is called kaarawan, just kaarawan, and no other terms for that. So
Okay.
maningning is vibrant and gaya ng is like. Okay, so here in this photo, it is actually she is actually Cassie. Her name is Cassie, and Cassie is a celebrity here in the Philippines, and this man is his twin. It is his twin brother. Yeah, so now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, halo-halo's tastes differ from mais con yellow. Halo-halo tastes differ from mais con yellow. So the word here is differ. Now it is your turn, Kano.
Magkaiba.
Yes, it's
Something.
magkaiba. Now can you read the sentence and complete it?
Ang lasan ng halo-halo ay magkaiba sa mais can con yellow.
Okay, that's correct. Ang lasa ng halo-halo ay magkaiba sa mais con yelo. Are you familiar with these two desserts, Kano?
Never, but I want to try this one.
Yes, you should try this because these are also one of the Filipino prides when it comes to food. This one here on this side is the halo-halo. As you could see, halo-halo is actually a term which means mix. So halo is mix.
Okay.
In English, it is mixed. So halo-halo simply connotes that it is a mixture of different kinds and types of food. So here in halo-halo, it has an OB ice cream or the violet ice cream, this one. And then there are also some there's a milk, and then there are leche flan, and there are these are nata de coco. I actually don't know what it's called in English, but we call this one nata de coco and a lot more. So there are some people would also add ripe banana. So it differs from place to place actually, but its main recipe were the ice cream and also the milk. So that is halo halo. And meanwhile here, what can you see here in this photo, Kano? What do you think it is?
1 second. This is corn.
Yes, it's a corn. So mais is corn. In Filipino, corn is mais. Can you follow? Can you say mais?
Mais, right?
Yes, mais. Mais con
Corn.
yellow. Yellow is actually ice. In the Philippines, yellow is ice. So it just simply means that the corn is in the ice and then there's milk in that ice, and you're just going to mix it just like the halo halo, but it do not have an ice cream in it.
So okay, yeah. So the corn is not included in the halo, right?
Pardon, Kano, can you repeat?
The corn is not included in halo.
Yes. Corn is not included in halo halo most of the time, but I do not know if in other places they include corn, but as far as I know, here in our place we do not include corn because halo halo, the mixture of halo halo actually differs from place to place also. Just like other recipes or other foods here in the Philippines, there are different kinds of cooking those foods depending on the place you were in or you were at.
Yes.
Just like in India, right? You also have different recipes of one food depending on the place.
Yes, totally different.
Yeah, so that also goes the same here in the Philippines.
I will try. There are some Filipino restaurant. I will go there.
Oh, that's great, Kano. And if you do, please tell me about your experience. I am excited to know
Yeah,
what would
sure.
be your reaction.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so I will read the English one and you will read the Filipino and also answer that one, okay? So Pedro is intelligent. However, Diego is more intelligent. Okay, your turn now, Kano.
Si Pedro ay metalino. So, however,
Gayon paman.
Kayunpama, right? Kayunpaman, mas
Yes, that's right.
Metalino, si Diago,
Yes,
Diaigo.
that's correct. Matalino, it means intelligent.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can you say matalino?
Metalino, right? Hello?
Ah, okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I was
no
muted
problem.
again. Okay. What I was saying is just like you are intelligent. In Filipino, ikaw ay matalino.
Ikaw, I,
Okay, so
Metalino.
matalino.
Okay,
Matalino is
okay.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have questions regarding our topic or any clarifications, or if you would like me to translate some words for you?
Mm, in next session.
Okay, so just tell me anytime. Okay, so with that,
Yeah.
job well done, Kano. And for our last activity, we are going to think about your favorite food or foods, and we are going to use transition words to compare or contrast them with other foods you have tasted. So I will go first, or no, you will say those words in English, and I will help you translate it in Filipino. Is it okay with
Yeah,
you,
sure.
Kano? Okay, so what is your favorite food?
Mm, Ooh, so any specific name, right?
Yes, Kano?
Mm, okay. Let's say chicken.
Okay, chicken. And what food would you like to compare or contrast to the chicken?
Compare. Like how?
Okay, for example, I will say that adobo tastes similar, or adobo tastes like no, adobo tastes different from lechon. So in Filipino, since I use differ or different, I will say
Mm,
ang lasa ng adobo ay magkaiba or kaiba sa lechon. Just like that one. Just use the word differ or magkaiba. Okay, what are the foods that taste or that have different tastes or magkaiba ang lasa?
mm, so let's talk about fruits like lemon and lime, right? Hello.
Yes, Canos, just like the example I have sent in our chat box of blank at blank ay magkaiba ang lasa. So example, I will say chicken and lechon have different tastes. So in Filipino, it is manok or chicken at lechon ay magkaiba ang lasa. Okay, lemon and lime.
Mm.
That's great. So can you use it in a sentence using the one that I have chatted in our chat box?
So lemon at lime ay magkaiba ang lasa.
Okay, that's great, Kano. Lemon at lime ay magkaiba ang lasa or the tastes different. Okay, so do you have other questions? Or
Mm,
maybe in the
no.
next meeting?
Yeah, next meeting.
Okay, in the next meeting it is. So with that, I would like to give you my warmest felicitations and of course, Congratulations for today's session. You really did great, Kano, and I am really proud of your improvement in our session today. And before we end, by the way, let's call it a day, and I will see you in the next session. And maraming salamat, Kano. So before we end, I would first like to ask for your permission to have our photo opportunity. Can you open your
Mm,
camera? Is it okay
like,
with you, Kano?
can we do it in next session?
Oh, sure. It's fine to do it in the next session.
Yeah.
By the way, Kano, I will stop recording